Testimony of both the presenters, anyone that's here presenting today, please be advised that you are under oath before Commissioners Court. 1.5, public comments. No public comments. 2.1, discussion and appropriate action regarding the Commissioner's authority to assist in digging grave sites. Commissioners, I'm going to preface this agenda item with the facts that led to having this special meeting. As you are all aware and in receipt, we received a letter on April 11th from our county attorney, Mr. Gonzalez. Mr. Gonzalez advised this court that a complaint had been made to his office in regards to county labor and equipment being used at a private cemetery, to wit, Mount Hope Cemetery here in Dimmit County, specifically the removal of cement to a fence to be repaired at Mount Hope Cemetery. It was when Mr. Gonzalez received that complaint that county equipment and county labor was being used on private property. Mr. Gonzalez submitted this letter to my office and also enclosed it to the Honorable Jose Uranda, Commissioner Precinct 1, the Honorable Alonso Carmona, Precinct 2, the Honorable Juan Carmona, Precinct 3 and 6, the Honorable Valerie Rubalcaba, Commissioner Precinct 4, and the Honorable Roberto Serna, District Attorney. With that being said, the County Judge's Office gave each of you guys this letter that was submitted, in which it enclosed also an Attorney General's opinion that indicated that county labor and equipment could not be used to work on private cemeteries. With that being said, we are here today to discuss the authority of the commissioners moving forward in assisting the public in the digging of grave sites. I know in this particular case, as per the letter, it states that any commissioners must cease and desist in opening and closing any graves that are private within Dimmit County. So that is the issue at hand. Go ahead, Commissioner. There is a request that this matter be taken upon in executive session. Do I have a second on that?
Second.
Yes, Mr. Gonzalez.
Yes, sir. County Attorney Daniel Gonzalez objects it being addressed in executive session, Your Honor.
He's objecting for it to be in executive session.
If it's involving me in my letter and it's involving county policy, this court has ran on the platform that we're going to be transparent to the public. Let's be transparent to the public, and if it involves me, I have the right to request that it be an open session.
Well, we'll be transparent. We're going to come back and say what we
Open
discussed.
session. I'm objecting to executive session.
Well, we can have an executive session if we want to, and then we can discuss it out in the open.
Any matters concerning my letter involving this issue has been
We're not
said.
going to discuss it later. We're going to talk. Never mind.
Commissioner Rubalcaba?
Well, we have your executive session, so we can go.
We can go to executive session. We're going to go into executive session. At this time, the time is 3:06. Mr. Garcia?
Will it be here?
No, I'm not going to be in here for what I consider an executive session.
Okay.
I requested an open session, you're denying it, I'll wait till you do.
Okay.
For the record, it's not close. We asked him to stay and he chose to leave. We're not asking you to leave, you're choosing to leave. We're gonna discuss this, but with you being present.
And I asked that this fee issue be addressed in open session. It's my right under the Open Meetings Act. Why are you denying me that
No,
right?
we're not denying you anything.
So what's there to
He just
discuss
wants
in
to speak or
executive
discuss
session?
himself in executive session. He asked you to stay and you choose to leave.
If it's,
We're not telling you
if it's
anything.
involved in this issue, then why should I stay if you're denying my right to have an open meeting?
Sir, we're gonna have the open meeting. We're not denying you the open meeting.
So what's there to discuss in executive session besides this issue?
You can ask that to Mr. Carmona. He's the one requesting the executive session.
But there's only one issue on the agenda, ma'am. With all
He
due
wants,
respect.
well, it's not that we're not gonna discuss it. He wants to ask questions.
In closed session.
Yes.
And then the public's not gonna hear his questions in open session, he's not gonna repeat them.
I'm sure he will.
It's no guarantee, ma'am.
I promise you.
I have nothing to hide.
Neither have I, neither do I. We got a letter from you stating that there was an individual or county elected official working on county road using county prop equipment on a private road. If you say it's the law, then you do what you have to do. Or it should have been done right there and then. Why wait 11 days or put it in the agenda to get it done?
I didn't put it on the agenda, ma'am.
Well, I didn't put it
My
either.
process is taking place right now.
Well, whatever you have to do, I mean,
I don't have to advise you what I'm doing with regard to this issue. Other than what I've already done.
Mr. Gonzalez, we're not trying to blame you, we're not.
But that's not true. Why is an employee posting this issue on Facebook during county time in violation of county policy? Why?
Mr. Gonzalez, we're not gonna go into that.
It's part of the issue, Your Honor.
No, it's not, Mr. Gonzalez. That matter, Mr. Gonzalez, that matter.
Order,
Mr. Gonzalez.
order,
You're not the
Mr.
judge.
Go-
order.
Excuse me, he's the bailiff and he has every right to order. We're not here to argue. Commissioner Rubalcaba is not trying to argue with you. Neither is Commissioner Carmona. They're not trying to argue with you.
Disagree.
Mr. Gonzalez, that matter is a matter that has been already addressed. That individual is being addressed at this time. The matter before this court is the authority of the Commissioners Court, commissioners to have authorization to go into a private gravesite as per the letter that you gave and that they received. Ms. Rubalcaba received. She's not allowed to dig a hole. That's her constituent. She's not allowed. We're here to find out what the authority is. And Commissioner Carmona is asking to go into into executive session. Commissioner Rubalcaba wants to put on the record that you refuse to go into executive session. No one's trying to fight
Very
here.
simply because you denied my right to an open session. under
There
the
is an open session. That's what Commissioner Rubalcaba is telling you. It is an open, this is a open meetings. However, per the government code, we can go into executive session to discuss, and the Commissioners Court can request for you to be in that executive session, and then we come back into open session and we discuss the issues and decide on the record what was decided.
And I'm not denying your right to an executive session. I'm just not going to participate when you're denying me my right to an open meeting.
I know, but Commissioner Rubalcaba and Commissioner Carmona are requesting that you be in here for executive session, and you have to, as the county attorney, Mr. Gonzalez, you have to be in the executive section as requested.
Not if you deny my right to an open meeting.
This is an open meeting, and you are.
Well, you're discussing the same issue in executive session.
They want to ask you questions in executive session that don't want to be asked
Let's
in
start.
the public. So they're requesting, and by law, you are requested to be in here, and you have to be in here when they're requesting you to be in here. Yes, sir, Mr.
I
Gonzalez?
don't always do that, ma'am. With all due respect, you don't always do that. But I will remain here. I'll
Thank
answer your
you.
questions. I have no problem.
And that's all Commissioner Carmona was asking.
I want the right to address these issues, and all these issues that should be raised in open session when we're done.
Mr.
Okay, let's get an open session, then I don't have a problem with open session, closed session, mini session, midnight session, let's just do it. I mean, I was just trying to clarify.
Well,
some-
Commissioner Rubalcaba requested it to be enclosed. You requested it for it to be enclosed. Commissioner Uranda?
I'm going with Commissioner Juan, wherever we can do it in closed session or open session.
Commissioner Alonso?
I think open session would be,
Commissioner Rubalcaba? Enclosed?
he had questions. He wanted to do it in closed session. That's why I said, okay. I mean, I know we have to address this and then it'll be in public, but whatever you guys are going to discuss in executive session, we discuss in executive session.
Mr. Garcia, it's 3:11 and the court's going to go into executive session. And we are back from executive session. I am going to entertain a motion in regards to this Commissioner's Court requesting Mr. Gonzalez to receive a Attorney General's opinion in regards to the Commissioner's Court entering into an interlocal agreement with private cemeteries to include requesting a nominal amount to open and close grave sites at such private cemeteries. Additionally, the court will also entertain the motion that the county judge will be given authorization to allow negotiations and conversations with the local funeral homes and private cemeteries to find alternative financial ways to allow the commissioners to continue to open and close graves. However, until we have an Attorney General's opinion as to that interlocal agreement or have an agreement with the local funeral homes, cemeteries, and the county, it is with extreme sadness, if you will, that the commissioners will not be allowed to continue at this time to dig open or close graves in Dimmit County private cemeteries. As per the Attorney General's opinion, JC 0329, that was given in January 12 of 2001, that stipulates that county commissioners may not enter private cemeteries and use county labor and equipment to open such graves and close such graves. In abundance of caution, the Commissioner's Court, to not be in violation of any Attorney General's opinions, will cease and desist effectively today from opening and closing any graves in all private cemeteries within Dimmit County. I'll entertain a motion. Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. Is there a second? Second by Commissioner Jose Urenda. Any discussion?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
With the exception of exhibits A and 6 of my present to the court in my response to this issue before the court discussion whether or not commissioners can assist in digging grave sites, will the court allow that with the exception of 5 and 6, 5 being Facebook comments and 6 being the county policy?
The court, well, we will vote on that, but Mr. Gonzalez has requested that the exhibits he submitted during executive session be attached as part of the minutes of this special meeting, with the exception to redact items 5 and 6 will be removed from his exhibits. They will not be part of the minutes.
For the record, Your Honor, I provided a copy to Mr. Garcia, and his purpose of the minutes is to remove exhibits 5 and 6. I provided one copy to the media. I've taken that back.
You provided to who?
the media.
Oh, the media.
And I've taken that back and I've removed 5 and 6.
I have a motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona, and I have a second by Commissioner Jose Urenda. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries.
Your Honor, I have the court's permission to provide a copy without 5 and 6 to the local media.
I will ask that the Commissioners Court, that is an executive session memo, if the media wants to file open records request, we will provide that information to the media.
Your Honor, you're conflicting the issues. You just made it part of the open records by allowing it to be attached to the minutes. You can't say it's part of the executive session. You can't do both.
We voted for them to be attached to the agenda.
Give me a copy once the minutes are approved.
If you want to request that from Mr. Garcia. Is there questions? Was the Commissioners Court in agreement that we attach those items from executive session? If there's nothing further, I will entertain a motion to, there is no action on 3.1.
Everything we discussed in executive session?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, we're not going to put what we discussed in exec. Mr. Gonzalez is requesting that what he submitted during executive session be attached to the minutes, redacting 5 and 6.
That's the court request.
I'll entertain a motion to recess and adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona, second by Commissioner Jose Urenda. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. This meeting has ended. Mr. Garcia, the time is 4:18.